And today I'd like us to start in child's pose. So you'll sit on your feet and come forward. And if your forehead doesn't come to the ground, then prop it up with hands or fists. And if it does come to the ground, fold your arms gently alongside your body and then let the weight of your arms release over toward the ground. And feel the weight of your head resting, the shin bones heavy and solid on the ground. And then start to breathe deeply into the back body. See if you can feel your ribs widen and lift as you inhale. And the weight of the torso drop toward the thighs and the floor as you exhale. Deep, full, long breaths. Let your head relax down. Ideally, the forehead is resting on the hands, the fists, or the floor. And the breath swells inside the ribs and back. And then empties. Letting go of the weight of the body. And then we'll extend the arms overhead and walk them over to the right. And that right hand can come beside you. Push into the right hand to send your left hip back. And then reach out long through the left hand, creating a really nice stretch from the hip to the fingers. And then breathe slow and deep, feeling the way the breath registers inside the position of your body here. It's a slow filling up on the inhale and a slow release and letting go on the exhale. And moving with the breath over to the other side. Reaching out long through the right arm, pressing the left hand into the ground to send the right hip back. Notice how the same breath feels different or is placed differently in the body with each shape the body takes. And bring that right arm back over to the right. Bring your body center. Press into both hands to lift yourself up slowly, chin to chest. The head is the last thing to come up, and then reach the arms up. Bring the palms together and lower the thumbs onto the upper back. Inhale and lift up through the elbows. Exhale, slide the thumbs down. Notice where your breath is full. Notice where your breath is challenged. And then interlace the fingers behind the back of your head and drop your chin to your chest. Let the elbows drop toward the ground. Keep the spine straight, so just the head is dropped. You're not rounding your back. Imagine that you're breathing up the spine into the back of the neck. And then inhale and press the clasp of the hands up. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round your back. Press the clasp of your hands forward. Drop the chin. And inhale, press up. Lift the chest. Lift the eyes. Exhale, round and press forward. Continue at your own pace. Last one. And then we'll release the hands and come and bring your hips over to the right and have your feet over to the left. So you're on your right sit bone and most likely not on your left sit bone. And then maybe that left foot is crossed over the right foot. And then just rest the left hand on the left leg. Reach the right hand behind your back. If you're able to, wrap your hand around your left bicep. If you're not able to, that's totally fine. Just let your hand rest on your back with your palm facing out. We'll inhale nice and tall. And then exhale. If your hand is on your back, you're going to press the back side of your hand into your back to help roll that right shoulder back. Fold the right shoulder blade in. Move your elbow back. If your hand is wrapped around your arm, then you accomplish that by sliding your left hand forward. Good. Now we're going to keep the body open to the right and turn the head to the left. Closing the eyes to feel the trajectory of the breath and to know more intimately how full the breath is, where it goes. Maybe even tell when there's room for more breath and extending the inhales accordingly. And then release that right hand to the ground. Bring the right foot to the left knee, creating a pinwheel with your legs. Press into the right hand, and if you can, lift your hips, thrust your tailbone under, take the left arm up and back and drop your head back. Feel the space of your body open to the breath. Maybe push down more firmly into the tops of the feet to get the hips under you more. And then release down. And just fold over that right leg. Slow breath filling into the space of your body. Where does the breath go when the body's in this shape? Roll yourself up slowly. And then just lift the left knee to tuck the right foot back under. And then come up and over to the other side. So you're on your left sit bone and the right foot is crossed over the left foot. And the left hand will come behind, walk it over as far as it'll go. You can even give it a little bit of a hand with the other hand. And then if you're able to take hold of the bicep, go ahead and do that. The right hand will rest on the right thigh. So it's the left arm behind us and the right hand on the right thigh. Okay. And then if the back of the hand is on the back of the ribs, then you'll press the knuckle side of the hand into the body to roll that left shoulder back. Fold the shoulder blade in. Reach the elbow back. And if you're holding onto your right arm, then you slide your right hand forward, and that kind of does it for you. And then we turn the head to the right. It's good to close the eyes if that feels comfortable and safe. Really feel the breath and feel the posture from the inside, breathing. And then release that left hand to the ground. behind you. Bring the left foot to the right knee, coming back into a pinwheel. Press into the left hand. And if you can, lift the hips. If you can't, then you just do it with the hips down. The right arm comes up, the head drops back. Press into the tops of the feet and tuck the hips and tailbone under you even more. And release the hips down if they were lifted. And fold over that left leg. Relaxing the weight of the torso. Noticing the placement of the breath unique to this moment and this posture. And then press yourself up. And then lift your hips. Bring the knees under you and the feet behind the knees. Roll your body up. And clasp your hands behind your back and place the knuckles on your lower back. And then imagine you're trying to pull your hands apart and see if that helps bring your elbows toward each other a little bit more. Make a mental note which thumb is on the outside of your clasped hands. See if you can remember that for later. Good. And then lift the chest and lift the eyes, bringing the elbows toward each other, bringing the hips under you. Drop the head back. And then the trick here is to slowly bring the breath up the front of the body, all the way up into the throat. And then sit back down, release the hands, come back into child's pose. And again, if the forehead does not reach the ground in this posture, then please do support your head by stacking your hands or even fists. Seeing how the body feels here now, where the breath moves inside of you, how the body moves with the breath. And then bring the hands on either side of the head and push into them and come into a table position. Walk the hands over to the left. Step the right foot up, kind of over to the right a ways, so it's not lined up where your hip would be. It's off to the right some. And the right foot is on an angle out to the right. And then drop the hips all the way down. Good. And then bend your elbows, lowering your torso. Some might be able to come down onto their elbows. Don't need to. Just let the elbows bend. And keep the big toe on the ground. Let the head relax down. Depending on how low you are, you might be able to stack your fists and rest your forehead on your stacked fists. And every exhale, sink the hips even more. Good. And then lift your that right knee straight out to the side from the hip, coming into a half frog. So all right angles, the thigh parallel, perpendicular to the body, and then the lower leg perpendicular to the upper leg. Good. And then we'll just lay down, resting the forehead. And for those of you who are more flexible and don't feel any stretch here, you can bring your left hand to the side and then just push into it to slightly elevate your left hip and bring down your right hip. And that should add some stretch. Stay with your breathing. Good. And then bring the hands under the chest and press yourself up. Coming back to table just for a moment and walking the hands over to the right. Stepping the left foot up over to the left with the foot at an angle. And then letting the hips sink down. Bending the elbows. Relaxing the head. Every exhale, letting the hips drop. Keep all 5 of your left toes on the floor. Explore the fullest expression of your breath possible. Slowly in and slowly out. Good. And then lift your head. Come onto your hands or one hand, whatever you need, in order to take that left knee out to the side at a right angle from the body. So if it's higher, then it's not going to be as good of a stretch. If it's lower, it's not going to be as good of a stretch. You really want it straight out to the side. And then lay down. And again, if you need to help the stretch be deeper, the right hand can go off to the right side. And then you push into that hand just to kind of tilt the pelvis, bringing the left hip down and the right hip up ever so slightly. It doesn't take a whole lot to get deep into there. And just let the breath do its job. Okay, bring the hands under you and push yourself up. Back to table just for a moment. And then we'll take the full frog position. Taking the knees out to the side. And then ideally, it's a little bit harder if you're wearing shorts and you can't really slide, but you want to be able to slide the knees out as far as they'll go, bringing the hips down. And then if you can come on to your elbows and rest your forehead on your hands, that might be nice. Some of you may be able to come all the way down onto your chest and belly. Still resting the forehead. Letting go. Exhale. Just like a balloon stretches when you inhale, when you breathe into it. And then when you've gotten the balloon nice and big, by filling it with your breath, and then when you let the air out, there's a lot more slack in the balloon. So you want to fill up the body just like you would a balloon, and then let the air out and watch it kind of collapse. And then the hands come under the chest, push yourself up. Bring the knees in, bring the feet in. Keep the hands where they are. Spread the fingers wide apart. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then exhale and lift the knees, but keep the knees bent. Push forward into the hands, sending the buttocks back, back, back. Pushing the hips back. Let the chest sink down. Let the head drop toward the floor. Straighten the left leg. Press the left heel down. Keep the hands active, all 10 fingers pushing forward to send the hips back. As though you're trying to line that left hip over the left heel. Slow breath in, full breath out. And then look forward past your hands as you inhale and step the right foot up. And then help it all the way up if you need to so that it's between your hands. And then bring the back heel onto the ground. So the back foot is at an angle and the front foot is pointing straight ahead. And then lift yourself up. Good. And then bring the right hand onto your belly. And the left hand onto your chest. Take a breath into your right hand. And then when you exhale, pull your belly over to the right. And then push back into your left heel. And then breathe from your right hand to your left hand. Good. Take the arms out to the side. Bend the elbows. And then reach the elbows back. Take your gaze up. Press your left thigh back. Now turn the palms to face each other. See if you can keep your shoulder blades in the way they are now and the chest open And the shoulders down as you slowly straighten the arms up. Okay. And then bring the hands down to the ground. Lift the back heel, turn that foot straight. Step the right foot back, bend the left knee. Press forward into your hands and send your hips back. Sink your chest down, drop your head. Stretch down into that right heel. Slow, long breath in and out. And then look forward and step your left foot up between your hands. Bring your right heel down so that foot is at an angle. And then come up to standing. Left hand on the belly, right hand on the chest. Breathe into your left hand. And then when you exhale, pull your belly over to the left and counter that by pushing back into your right leg and down into your right heel. Front knee is bent. So if you can't bend your front knee nicely, then your stance is too long and just shorten your stance. The front knee should line up with the front ankle or heel. Good. Take the arms out to the side. Bend the elbows. Take a breath in. And then exhale and reach the elbows back. Bring the shoulder blades in. Open the heart. Press back into the right foot and down into that heel. And then turn the palms to face each other. This is a very slow, careful, deliberate move. So you want to keep the shoulder girdle where it is. Keep the chest open and try to straighten the arms. You can take your gaze up. See if the breath comes up into the heart. Beautiful. Bring the hands back down. Lift your back heel, turn that foot straight, and step your left foot back. And we'll take our full downward facing dog, straightening both legs, pressing down both heels, pressing into all 10 fingers. So on the inhale, you might think about lengthening the upper body, and on the exhale, the lower body. Inhaling, letting the spine grow long. Exhale, sinking the heels. And then we'll look forward and then bring the right knee to the floor, to the inside of the right hand. And come up onto your fingertips, curl your left toes under. Left toes under, and then lift the left knee. Press down into the fingertips to lift your chest and press back through the heel. And then just drop your left hip down a little bit more. Good. Now release the left knee to the ground. Try to sink the right hip down. And then bend your back leg and see if you can reach back for your back foot with your left hand. And draw that heel toward the buttock. Breathing in, breathing out. And then release the leg back down to the ground. Square your hips to the front. And if you want a deeper stretch, then you move that right foot more forward. Maybe even coming into a right angle with the knee. Or if you want less of a stretch, then you just pull the foot closer in. And then once again, up on the fingertips, inhale, lift into the heart, and then reach forward to the heart as you come forward. Again, resting the forehead on stacked hands or fists, if that's reachable for you. And then deep breath in. Exhale, try to lower the left hip toward the floor. Feel the collapsing of the body with the out breath. And then press yourself up. Plant the hands shoulder width apart, curl the back toes under, and come back into downward dog. Stretching that right leg nicely, pushing into the heel. And then looking forward again, bring the left knee to the inside of the left hand. We'll keep those back toes curled under. Come up onto your fingers. So this is a pigeon pose, and these are your little claws. And we'll lift the back knee and press back into the heel, down into the fingers, and up into the chest. And then bring the knee down, relax the toes, and bend that back leg. Reach your right hand back for your foot if you can grab it. Use a strap if you can't, or grab the pant leg if that's available. And then just pull that heel toward the buttock. I guess I'll offer this option for those who can. You can also bring the left arm up, fold it behind your head, and then clasp your right hand. In other words, have the foot in the crook of your elbow. It's not for everyone. I'm just offering it for those who can do it. And then the left hand comes up and finds the right hand. Okay. And then we'll release the leg, hands, pressing into the claws, the fingertips, lifting us. Inhale. Exhale, reach the chest out. Don't come down so quickly that you don't lengthen. So you really want to lengthen before you lower. Resting the head. And then with your next exhale, try to drop your right hip down. And come up slowly, plant your hands shoulder width apart, curl the back toes under, and come back into your downward dog. Straightening that left knee. It should feel good to be here now. Breathing, lengthening. Now, we're going to step the right foot forward, but not all the way, just about 2/3 of the way. So it's going to be behind the right hand. The back heel will angle and come down, and then we walk the hands back, shifting the weight back and straightening the front leg. And then lift and gaze out in front of you. And then lift your belly and relax your head over. Now, not everybody's hands are going to come to the floor. If you have props that you can rest your hands on, that's great. Or you can just rest your hands on your right leg. Just requires some balance. Keep shifting weight back into your left foot. Good. Now we're going to walk the hands forward and bring that left foot forward. Angle the right foot. And then lift the torso and look out in front of you. And then exhale and fold over that left leg. And then push into the left foot to send weight into the right foot. Try to relax your head down. Try to have your front leg straight. Even if you can't go as far over. And relax your head down. Just drop the head. Drop, drop, drop the head. Yeah, that's it. Scoop the lower belly in and up. And then bend your front knee and step your back foot next to your front foot. Both knees bent, rolling up. Reach the arms up as you inhale. And exhale the arms down. And again. One more. Good. Stand for a moment with your eyes closed. Turn the palms to face forward. Feel the belly, the chest, the breath. And then open the eyes and shift weight into the left foot. Right knee, bring it to the hip. And you're either going to cross your left hand over to the outside of the right knee. Those of you who are more flexible can take the hand to the outside of the right foot and straighten the leg. The rest of you are going to keep the leg bent. Left hand to outer right knee. We'll start with the right hand on the hip. And lift tall, pressing down into the left foot, reaching up through the crown of the head. And then wherever your eyes are, you're going to trace a line over to the right side. And then take that right arm back behind you. Feel each breath. Don't let your mind go astray. Mind wanders, body wanders. Return your hand to your hip. Come back around to the front and release down. Close your eyes, turn the palms forward. Feel your breath. Close your eyes. Feel the ground below you and let the weight of your feet sink into the ground. Feel especially that right foot becoming heavy as your weight shifts into the right foot. Open the eyes. Find a spot in front of you. Lift your left foot and bend the knee and bring the right hand to the outside of the knee or to the outside of the foot. We'll start with the left hand on the hip. There's never any benefit to hurrying through the stages of a balanced pose. You move slowly so that you can make micro adjustments as you feel the body start. The body's gonna move and go out of balance. That's just how it is. The idea is if you move slowly enough and you're paying careful enough attention, you can make the tiny little adjustments that counter those movements and keep you balanced. So lifting tall through the spine and then taking the eyes like you're looking across a horizon over to the left. And then once you're balanced, you can take that left arm behind you, possibly even looking at your left thumb. Return the hand to the hip. We'll come back to the front. Release down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you with the opposite thumb on the outside from what you did earlier. And if you've forgotten, that was a long time ago, just bring your hands into whichever one feels less natural. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, lift the arms. Push down into the feet. Pull up through the thighs. Pull up through the creases at the tops of the thighs. Exhale and draw the belly in and up. Bend the knees, release the hands to the ground. And then bend the knees all the way, lowering the buttocks all the way to the floor. Coming down with the feet in front of you. And then either lowering slowly without holding on to the knees, if you want to work the abs in that way, or hold on to the knees. Just finding your way onto your back. Resting the arms down. Lift the tailbone, tuck it under, and lower it right back down, and then release the legs and shake them out. Good. And then inhale and squeeze your toes and your legs and your buttocks. Exhale, relax. Inhale, squeeze your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your belly. Exhale, relax. Inhale, squeeze your toes, your legs, your buttocks, your belly, your hands, your arms, and your face. Tight, 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 tight. Squeeze everything tight. And exhale and relax. Feel the body relaxing into the ground. Let the mouth and the jaw relax. The muscles in the face are soft and relaxed. Hold back of the body, melting into the ground. And allow the breath to relax. See if you can still feel your breath in your body. Maybe in your belly, maybe in your chest, maybe at your nose or your mouth. Just notice where you can locate the breath without interfering with the breath in any way. And once you've decided where the breath is most easily felt, rest your attention there. Just allowing the breath to move on its own. Feeling that movement. That sensation. Whatever it is that signals to you that the breath is happening. Notice if there's a habit to control the breath, and just keep letting that go. And notice if there's a habit for the mind to wander. It's okay, it's just a habit, and we can try to untrain that habit by keep bringing the mind back to the breath. Just like training a puppy that wants to wander. Just keep bringing it back. Stay. Stay. Good. Allowing that unification of body, breath, and mind to help you deeply relax. letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into the heart. Move the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock side to side. Massaging your back with the ground. Come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And roll over onto your right side, either side. Resting your head on your underside arm. Letting your body rest on the ground, really feeling the support of the ground. Maybe taking in all the ways that you're supported. All the ways that life and other beings nurture you and nourish you and take care of you, provide for you. Slowly bring yourself up to any comfortable seated position, letting your head come up last, sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relaxed down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in and let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.
Thank you.